What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another NFL Showdown edition of our FSI breakdowns here at Fantasy Sports Insight. This is Hold the Door DFS, and I'm going to start out. If you are a new or you have not subscribed to our channel yet, shoot me a screenshot on Twitter that you are a new subscriber, and we will get you a free week of NFL. So go ahead and do that, or we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. It helps us out a ton. And I love doing these primetime showdown breakdowns. So I want to continue to do that, but I love the support as well. We have the Jaguars and the Dolphins. So there's actually a lot of really nice pricing here. And I think this slate is sneaky for a lot of points, just because both teams' defenses aren't really that great. So let's dive into it. We're going to start with the odds. We will go through some value. There's quite a bit to like here on this slate, even with teams that we would consider a little bit on the uglier side. Starting off with odds here per usual, like I said, the Jaguars are a -3 favorite, so it should be competitive and close. 48 over under. I think it goes over that. But Jaguars, Miami, -3. Jags a small favorite. Let's move into the pricing. All right, here we go. Minshew and Fitzpatrick lead the pricing, which is not really uncommon with quarterbacks, especially when there's not an elite skill player, which I think that is actually the case here. That both quarterbacks are going to be firmly in play, because I do think you don't have your Alvin Kamara, you don't have your Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, some of these other guys that we've had on these slates that are just priced really high, but you play them in cash. So I think Minshew and Fitzpatrick are both certainly in play. Tannehill just ripped up the Jaguars defense last week, and I don't see why Fitzy couldn't do that here. But I do prefer Minshew in a vacuum, but I think both are definitely in play. It is kind of funny to see Tua's price at 10K. I'm not really sure why, if there was some inkling that he would play or something, but typically we have those backup quarterbacks in the mid 5-6K. So DJ Chark Jr. is listed as questionable, but I think he's likely to play. 9,400. He's not really landing in my first builds, even though I do like the Jaguars passing attack, because I think as someone will get down to a little bit further, and not that Chark can't be in your builds, but I do think that there's cheaper options that have similar or to more upside. So on the Jaguars ball, Minshew, Chark, Robinson. Robinson last week had a phenomenal game. 16 carries, 3 catches, 39-yard run. He scored a touchdown. Everybody kind of was like in season long, you're like, oh, pick up James Robinson. He's going to start the first week and then be done. But he looks like he is holding on to the job. 6.4 yards per carry. Even 3.9 is not awful in that first game against Indianapolis. So I think at 7,800, it's going to be really hard to not lock and load James Robinson here, because I just think his opportunity cost is just, he's going to get the volume. So I do really like Robinson for that price tag. But who I like even a little bit more, this is on the Miami side. I guess I'm jumping over there, is Gesicki at 7,400. It's an awesome matchup against the Jaguars. He made that sweet one-handed grab last game. I think, 11 targets. I think obviously I'm not expecting 30 points again, but I do think that he is firmly in play at 7,400 and not really that hard to get to with some of the other plays that we have. So it will be a decision you may have to make, Robinson or Gesicki, or you play both of them and fade one of the quarterbacks. Just kind of depends on how low you're willing to go at the bottom. Moving down here a little bit farther, Gaskin has led the team as well in touches for Miami out of the backfield. Played 65% of the carries last game at 13 touches. 6 catches is pretty awesome. That's what I really like about Gaskin here, is that his floor for catches is pretty phenomenal. So again, another really good play. These 3 7K plays I really like quite a bit. So it's going to be really tough to go wrong in that area. Going down a little bit further, Chanel Jr., I don't know if that's 100% how I pronounce his name correctly, has done well, scored a touchdown in the first week. Actually caught, ran the ball 5 times for 37 yards last week. 6,600 falls a little bit too expensive for me compared to the guys in the 6K. And then also one of my favorite plays down at Keelan Cole at 5,400, who I think is just massively underpriced. Running out of the slot, I don't think that you're going to guarantee a touchdown each week like he has, but I do think the floor plus the upside of just 6 to 7 catches, 5 to 7 catches, I think you're looking at easily a 10-point floor from him, if not higher. And at 5,400, I don't think that you're going to guarantee that anywhere else. So Keelan Cole, I like a lot at 5,400, and I think most of you should as well. Jaguars D at 6,400, fade. That will mean they score a defensive touchdown, but I don't want any part of that. Eifert scored a touchdown last week. Pass for me. Maybe cheap flyer, but 5,800. Again, you're comparing it to the price of Keelan Cole, and that's nowhere I want to be. We have Jordan Howard. Again, you're going to pay for the touchdown. It's kind of like Sony Michel. Like, I don't want any part of him. And Howard's going to get the ball even less and be more touchdown dependent. Can he score? Absolutely. Will they give him the ball in the goal line over Gaskin? Absolutely. But what is your upside? 6 points? If he scores 2, it's even 12. I mean, that you would think 2 touchdowns, you should have more than 12 points. So kickers are in play per usual. I don't know. Lambo looks like he is out. So I don't know who they are signing. Brandon Wright. I don't even know if he's on the slate. So just obviously not really needed. You can just play Sanders. A lot of times when you're trying to project kickers, you want to play them with the better offenses, but you can also go with the point of view of you play somebody that is going to be a little bit more stagnant, get in field goal range, and you want the field goals. So moving down, Dolphins D, probably a pass for me. Isaiah Ford, 14 targets in the first 2 games. Gotta love seeing that. Last game, obviously, we saw more, but it definitely means he has a role in this offense to get 9 targets. So I think you like him as a number 3 receiver, and I think that at 3K, he's really nice value. To go along with him, we have a lot of decent value plays down here. Chris Thompson hasn't really played a lot. And I don't know. I think Robinson has been better in third down situations and passing situations than they expected. So they really haven't had to have Chris Thompson on the field a lot. He did score on that 14-yard touchdown, that wheel route. But again, 2,600, you don't need him to do much. If he catches 2 or 3 balls, you're probably happy. But for him to get like 3x his price, I think he probably needs a touchdown or a more catches than that. Which in that case, I prefer Ford for 400 more. Burita, another potential value. Again, not a ton of upside that I really see, but 7 carries for 1,800. That would be really easy to get to. If he gets 5 points, you're looking at almost 3x. So I like that. So again, this slate just offers a ton of value down here. So it's not really that difficult to, even if you're wanting to captain these 2 and then you play 2 from the 7K, I'm playing Keelan Cole, but you can easily then play, say you go down here and you use Ford or you use Thompson, that's going to leave you 7,400 per player. That means you can get 2 of Gaskin, Gesicki, Robinson. And if you want all 3 of them, then you maybe, go cheaper at captain, or you fade one of the quarterbacks. So I think there's a lot of really nice builds, even though we're looking at 2 teams that we don't love. So I think that this makes for a really exciting Thursday night showdown slate, and hopefully that will turn into cash for you. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. And then send me a new screenshot, and I will get you 1 week free of NFL content. So we'll have our core plays tomorrow night, and obviously core plays for every single slate that is offered for FanDuel and DraftKings. If you have any other questions, shoot me a direct message on Twitter. Otherwise, I will be ready to see some green screens out of our Fantasy Sports Insight Discord channel on Thursday night. Thanks a lot.